changes, like, you know, when you...
The name Malibu kind of came around for a few reasons. Like when Harry was going to Malibu to surf in the Whizzle contest, we were kind of talking about a board like this for that. And then also it's kind of a fun little reference to what longboards got called in Australia, I guess more so in the 90s or no, maybe the 80s, but like 90s and early 2000s, and it was like all longboards were called Malibus, kind of semi-derogatory kind of thing, but you know, you're a Mal rider. I guess it originally came from the Harrison model that has that same thing, like really well defined in that model as well. And then this kind of came about from making a nose rider version of that board. So I guess, you know, it's kept the same features of having that bevel up through the nose. Through the middle of the board, like once you kind of blend back from that bevel up the front, just a super classic 50-50 rail. Like the apex is smack bang in the middle. It's not like upturned or down or anything. It's sort of super neutral and kind of, it's foiled out enough that it still feels nice and responsive, but it's not like a super bladey rail that can get catchy or, you know, you need to nurse it at all. It's like that, I don't know, pretty stoked on the balance of just thick and thin. Lockie Meeks in Sydney kind of gave us some really cool little feedback when we were sort of more early on it. After he'd had his first one, which he loved, he wanted to, you know, make a few little tweaks to the tail just to pull in the tail pod a little bit and add a little bit more roll just through the tail, just to make it that little bit quicker and more responsive for surfing the little beach breaks and stuff that he normally surfs on the northern beaches.
This is the Malibu. This puppy is 9'9", glass to last, 8-ounce triple stringer. So she's solid as rocks. It's fun and all having a board that's bladey and hippie and rolled and everything. But when you're surfing like shit random rip bowls and weak stuff, it's nice to have a board that tracks nice and can nose ride through weaker sections and lock in the sucky ones and can turn quickly. I haven't really found waves that it doesn't work in, to be honest. It surfs good in shit waves, good in good waves. So I really like the Malibu. It's definitely my favourite.
Did that and made one with the tweaks for Tom Payne. And it kind of was like an instant hit. It just kind of made it that little bit nicer off the tail, and everyone kind of frothed on those little tweaks early on, which was kind of cool to get that little feedback, and made Huss one with it too. He seems to be loving it. Kind of been good. Everyone that's had one's liked it. So, like in terms of the feedback from team riders and stuff like that, has been really positive, which is nice. Fussy little prick sometimes.